waterhole is the most precious area in nature, especially in arid lands. Access to water is one of the most vital conditions for survival. For this reason, the rare wetlands in the arid lands of Africa are always a meeting place for many animals. Some travel long distances to access water, while others establish habitats in the nearby plains and forests, and almost never leave the vicinity of the water. Wildebeests, with their ears tuned to hear the slightest sounds, need to drink as much water as possible before heading to the grasslands. Zebras also gather in the crowd to quench their thirst. The unique diversity of birds in Africa is equally fascinating. The water's edge is where they choose to rest after a hard day of foraging. The precious water sources of the Kalahari Desert are also very dangerous. Every creature must be cautious and vigilant to avoid losing their lives while trying to quench their thirst. This rhino and its few-month-old calf must also be cautious of the hidden dangers around. The mother rhino is not easily threatened, but her tiny offspring is very vulnerable. Open water sources are always full of threats, so the mother and calf should find their way to relatively safe bushes as soon as possible. As the demand for water increases, competition in a small area also intensifies. Elephants want to protect their territory and do not want giraffes or any other animals to approach. This forces the giraffe to find another place to quench its thirst. Giraffes are the tallest mammals on Earth, and they are vulnerable to external threats while drinking water. On their long legs, giraffes find it challenging to bend their long necks down to the necessary water level. While drinking, giraffes struggle to observe their surroundings, which is why they need to gather in large groups. This function as a group helps them counter threats. It is an effective survival method. It seems they have quenched their thirst safely for today. Now they can continue to feed on the African plains safely. Giraffes spend most of their time foraging, and their favorite food is the acacia tree. Mother Nature has given them an unusually long neck, increasing the advantage of this species when foraging. They can access fresh shoots that other animals cannot reach thanks to their special long necks. Scarce food and water mean fierce competition and struggle for herd animals and their families. Territory is very important, which is why they must dominate the territory their family uses for drinking water. This male elephant is trying to assert itself with its great physical strength. The best way to do this is to dominate the water's edge. Here, the struggles never stop. The losers must find another suitable area to prove their dominance, or at least to quench their thirst, while the winners will together enjoy the cool waterholes they have fought so hard for. This African wild dog just gave birth not long ago. Caring for a large litter is not easy for it. African wild dogs are one of the rarest predators in the world, but they are very social creatures. This means the whole family is responsible for caring for and ensuring the safety of the weaker members of the pack. The stable development of the young is the family's top priority. That is why the wild dog mother has to keep an eye on the little ones and feed them frequently while other family members go hunting. The mother cannot leave its den, so the other family members are responsible for feeding her throughout the day. The dogs will hunt prey to sustain themselves and other family members. Wild dogs are the most successful predators on this land. The most important feature that brings the success of wild dogs compared to other predators is their persistence in pursuing prey. These animals are very persistent, following the scent of prey until they find the target or chase it into an area where the dogs can hunt. Wild dogs can run all day and night without stopping until they catch the prey. Another thing that sets them apart from predators like lions or leopards is that they are not limited to their territory, but can cover vast areas. This elephant is comfortably watching the hunt of the wild dogs. It knows very well that the short-toothed predators pose no threat to it. During the hunt, the dogs do not have an absolute leader. The most experienced individual among them will lead the way. It is nearly nightfall, and the African wild dogs are still hunting. As day turns to night in the Kalahari Desert, with a repeating cycle of nature, the nocturnal predators once again dominate this land. The stage is now handed over to the big cats. It's time for this leopard, which spends most of the day sleeping in trees, to descend. It will silently sneak through the bushes until it finds prey in its territory. Darkness has fallen over the forest. The lions take advantage of the cool night. They gather at the water's edge to relax. However, today the pride seems to be missing a member. The lions are with the unfortunate prey they have just hunted. The buffalo is a rather large prey and will make the lions struggle for a long time. It's morning in the Kalahari. The big cats, after a hard night's hunt, are now slowly enjoying their spoils. The lions do not need to hurry, because after a full meal comes a time of rest and relaxation. This leopard has also successfully hunted an antelope in an area without its greatest enemy, the hyena. Without threats, the leopard does not need to hide the prey in the tree. This big predator will slowly enjoy the prey on the ground. The wild dogs have also caught their prey. They ran all night and took down the victim before dawn. The antelope thought it was safe in the bushes, but before it realized what was happening, the dogs had successfully taken it down. Every day in the Kalahari, wild battles continuously unfold. The animals all have unique adaptations to survive in this land. In a small corner of the dark continent, animals have highlighted the most impressive wild traits. What impression do you have of this land? Leave your thoughts in the comments below.